Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, it's time to make some tea now.
Be yourself. It's your boy, Jaden from Sonic Show. Now, I would say this video is my opinion and my opinion only, but I'm going to stick to using as little opinions as possible and mostly using facts. Today, I'm going to be talking about the criminal lurking in our community. No, not Astral Sonic. That's for someone else to deal with. Maybe another time, but not now. I'm talking about GamerGuyd 7 Aces.
What? But he said Dylan's a criminal.
I don't think GamerGuyd has any idea how the law works, so today I'm going to school him. I typically like to stay out of drama, but I can only take so many dumb lies. So let's get into it.
Let's just jump into it.
And before you start writing your attack comment or trying to make some, oh my god, I hate Jaden post, you need to think like Kanye and question everything. What do you know really? Because I'm going to break down the actual facts, only empirical evidence. So let's go.
But first and foremost, I'd like to thank my number one fan, or my number one hater, Dylan Thomas. Thank you so much for giving me all the views and all the attention and all the money. Your obsession with trying to get rid of me, trying to cancel me since last year, has not only increased my views and revenue in the past month, it didn't double it, it didn't triple it, it didn't even quadruple it. It quintupled it 5 times. I'm making 5 times the revenue I normally make, 5 times the views I make, and 5 times the subscriber growth.
One, it's quintuple. But I won't hold that against you. There's so much wrong here. You are the person that everyone is in fear of talking about because you strike and try to get shut down every channel that speaks about you.
So, I was originally going to include a clip here in the beginning, but the problem is I don't want my channel to be taken down.
I can't say which person he talks about in the video because the guy will probably come after me for merely saying his name.
GamerGuyd 7 Aces has decided to strike my channel. He decided to come out of the woodwork a whole year later and hit me. And he did this because he is spiteful towards me. He didn't like that I decided to review his latest project called Sonic Rebound. So, out of anger, he revealed his grand plan, and he said this himself, word for word, that he had been waiting to do this, and that he had been plotting for over a year, and got lawyers involved to get my channel removed from YouTube.
And you know you strike everybody. So for you saying he's trying to cancel you when he hasn't stricken you once is pure manipulation. And this isn't speculation because in this video, you admitted that you have done illegal copyright strikes, which is great.
It's because, yes, I did copy strike him.
Everyone is in fear of talking about you because they're worried you'll shut them down. What they all don't understand is, look at the H3H3 versus Matt Haas case. It was ruled to be illegal, and you are doing exactly what Matt Haas did, but worse. And even if someone is using clips of you, it's constituted as fair use, so what you're doing is still illegal. And that's why I don't believe you've been talking to lawyers, because any copyright lawyer would know this. It was one of the most significant copyright cases in the past decade, right next to Disney changing copyright laws. Now maybe you don't know what you're doing is criminal, but any lawyer would. And because I'm such a generous guy, like you called yourself multiple times in this video, benefit of the doubt, maybe your lawyer has never gone to law school and doesn't know the law. In that case, you should find a new lawyer, because you're going to need to defend yourself. Oh, silly me, how could I forget? Throughout this entire video, GamerGuyd is accusing Dylan of doing criminal acts while doing criminal acts himself. The irony is so unmissable here. I can't believe it. But for the sake of keeping things in chronological order and good structure, we will be talking about that later. But for now, let's give them both a chance to defend themselves. Before you can make an informed decision, because I'm not going to tell you how to think, you need to see all the facts and hear both sides of the stories. Because I'm going to treat this like this is a real legal case, even though it really isn't.
Now, I know some of you guys are wondering, how the hell did you meet this person, this thing called Dylan, GamerGuyd? Can you please explain how both of you know each other? Oh yes, I will explain. And the biggest mistake I ever made was befriending Dylan, or allowing him to be friends with me. I never honestly saw him as a friend, and wasn't interested in the Sonic Theory group that he proposed. Yes, he was the one that wanted a Sonic Theory group and will go as far as to create one and add other people in it. Dylan was determined to bring all the Sonic theorists together, but I just was only interested in collaborating with Scourge. Looking back, I was wrong to continue pretending to be Dylan's friend when I never really was fond of him. I should have just cut off the friendship, but instead I continued pretending that I was cool with him. Nevertheless, I was nice enough to consider it, and the Sonic Theory group was made.
So the first thing I want to do is bring up the deep history of how I know GamerGuyd. This is very important to everything. So I did a crossover with Sega Scourge in 2016. 2016 is still when I was a nobody channel, like completely irrelevant, even more so than now. And one of the things that GamerGuyd wanted to do is he wanted to set up a brand and eventually start a website. So then the Sonic theorists could kind of be like Channel Awesome. It was going to be really fucking gay, but he really wanted to do this. And one of the things that he wanted to do was get Sonic theories trademarked. Now, I'm going to show you the screenshots proving that he did want to do this and did actually do this. So let's take a look at these screenshots. Long story, Dylan, he misspelled my name. Just deal with Sega Scourge and I are upset about. Big Sonic tubers like Kobe who are interested in doing Sonic theories and overshadowing us. Now that's one thing you need to know about GamerGuyd. He's very insecure. And he really didn't like Kobe. He constantly told me in private calls, which I don't have proof for because they were calls, that he felt like Kobe stole his spotlight. And that he really wished that he could have been the PewDiePie of the community instead of Kobe. And that Kobe didn't deserve it. And that he wanted to take Kobe down. And he actually does have connections to people who harassed Kobe. But that's a different story for a different day. I don't have proof for that. So I'm not going to go too in depth on that. And so I discussed with Scourge about trademarking Sonic Theory / Sonic Theories so they can't use it. So he is literally trying to do a fine bros and prevent other people from getting into his market, something that I am against and always have been against. Kinda like what the fine bros tried to do but failed, and he literally confirms it right there. And I said, no, 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 no. You don't have my backing, which I stand by that. He said, huh? Why is that? You seriously want Kobe and other... He had to bring up Kobe again. And other big YouTubers to do Sonic theories too? I'm fine with that. And take it over? Then his fans will accuse you of ripping off him? No, they wouldn't. Because I have Sonic theories predating any of the theories that he could have hypothetically done. I have theories predating before the theories you did. So no one would accuse me of ripping off shit, and the few that would, they're too retarded to check dates. Why would I care? And then I said, dude, we can't hog the idea. See, I totally agree with that. I mean, I've been doing these for 2 years now, and when bigger channels like you two showed up, I welcomed you. See, I fucking told him. He moved in on my market and other people's market. Ron and Dr. Black was there before me. And we weren't hostile towards GamerGuyd. We could have been, but we didn't because we're not assholes like that. We should outdo them, not try to ban their use of our ideas. And he says, well, I mean, I've been doing this since last year. Sonic Guru has done it for much longer, but still big YouTubers are just getting on board because it's a growing medium, and it's dead now, thanks to you, GamerGuyd. They won't give us credit. Who cares? This is something that he keeps talking about later on, that he wants credit. He feels like he's owed something for Sonic theories, even though he didn't do it first, and he didn't even pioneer it. I know that for sure. They can still do Sonic theories, though. People have been doing that for years, just not title it Sonic theories, so you can do it. But you better not call it that, or else I'm gonna fucking sue you. I don't own Sonic, and I don't own Sega, But I own Sonic Theory. That's a big brain logic right there. That's some big brain thinking you're doing right now. What the fuck?
I had to send that to my lord.
Oh, how nice of the gamer guy to join a lowlife like Dylan Thomas in a Sonic Theory group, which he has no evidence of Dylan trying to create despite him trying to claim it multiple times. While Dylan actually has evidence. Wow, but I believe GamerGuyd, right? Who cares about not having evidence and the other person having evidence against you? I'm a GamerGuyd fan, and I know courts don't use evidence in their cases. They just pick whoever sounds the most smug and unhinged. You're going down, Dylan, for, libel, slander, extortion? And I don't need proof that you did any of those things, and nor do I need to have an actual understanding of those terms. I'll just say them in my over hour-long video of me just rambling like an unhinged boomer. Yay! Oh, and you know what? I'm sending this to my lawyer too. Ha! You're gonna get wrecked, kid. Beta Guy 7 Aces out. All over this video and on Twitter, you compare yourself to Pro Jared. No. Pro Jared, 1, did nothing wrong. And you say he pulled the biggest reverse card ever, which everyone who followed the Pro Jared thing knew he did nothing wrong. You did something very, very wrong. Pro Jared didn't flex about how many views and attention he was getting and how much revenue he made, which he made a lot of it, because he's not egotistical.
Narcissistic personality disorder. NPD is a mental disorder in which a person has an inflated sense of their own importance, a deep need for admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. But behind this mask of ultra-confidence lies a fragile self-esteem that is vulnerable to the slightest criticism. With a disorder that's found more commonly in men, it's pretty self-explanatory that
GamerGuyd
suffers from this.
Wow, what an absolute kawinky dinky that not only do you know about NPD, something I and most people have never even heard of, but you specifically know how it affects men, and that it matches you to a T. Perfectly, every single note. What an absolute coincidence. I'm not saying there's truth to this, as I am not a psychologist, and this is just speculation, but I think there might be some truth to this. Thank you, GamerGuyd, for the self-admission, or projecting it, basically. Thank you so much. And this is a little off topic, but the other name for NPD, after looking it up, is megalomania. Okay, this is epic. And the funniest thing is, while your content is horrible, most people wouldn't criticize you that hardly if you just worked harder and not did really terrible immoral things. There's a lot of people that make bad content, you know, you're not alone there. But no one else in this community is doing the criminal acts that you are doing.
I had to send that to my lawyer. I was lawyer shopping because I was seriously considering suing you, and the lawyer is involved. This lawyer, I'm working with another lawyer. I had to send that to my lawyer. That was when I was working with my lawyer to another lawyer. And it's funny because Dylan, he's rather stupid. Even my lawyer was like, you know, I might not even have to handle this case much. I might have to use my students to handle this. That's basically an insult. Then, you know, we just continue to poke fun about Dylan and how stupid he is.
Now, I keep mentioning your potential alleged and speculative crimes, as that is the focus of this video. And while you never actually say what crimes Dylan committed, like you say libel, but you don't give any example and you really don't have any evidence of it. It's almost like you don't know what libel is, especially because you used it wrong. I need to make a concise place, which is right here, of all the ones up to this point, as the more I look into this and the more research I do, the more I am discovering more and more stuff. Now, this doesn't count any private stuff. I'm only addressing the stuff in your video and Dylan's video. I know there was doxings and private stuff between you two, allegedly, but I will only look into what's public. First off is you issued a fraudulent cease and desist for content that was fair use. Now, what that means is I'm not saying the cease and desist was fake, as it was not. I'm saying you did not have the rights to send it, which is a crime in itself with its own punishment depending on states. You issued takedowns on multiple creators' content that was fair use, and some didn't even have some clips in it of yours, which means you had no rights at all to take that down. If they decided to sue, that would be a loss for you. In this video that I am interweaving clips of for criticism and analyzation, you allegedly committed slander and libel against Dylan by saying false accusations in this over hour-long rant video. And there are more to come. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. I wanted to let people know what the alleged crimes are. Is that something you failed to do in your over hour-long video? Basically just ranting about how much you dislike Dylan, where you call him stupid so many times. It's so childish. And interweave it with very real accusations, which, oh my gosh. And there is still more stuff to come out, as I am learning new stuff constantly, as there's an overwhelming amount of material to look through. And frankly, I don't even know if Dylan knows the scope of what you've done, because he criticizes you, but he just calls you an idiot and dumb. He doesn't ever call you a criminal or even address the alleged crimes you've done. So I don't think anyone knows what you're doing illegal, which is why I felt the need to make this video, because everyone who's responding to the drama is just criticizing you or Dylan, which is deserved, but no one is critically thinking about the legal accusations that you are claiming against Dylan and why he isn't claiming legal actions against you. He has said that he wants to stay out of it and doesn't want it to go to court, but if you want to take him to court, he's going to have to fight back, and he will win. Should I add another allegedly? Because I'm not certain, but if the judge rules according to current copyright laws that have been established, what you're doing is considered a criminal offense, or in the very least, not legal. I don't think you'll get jail time or anything, but you'll definitely be paying some fines and his legal fees if he decides to press that against you. And if the judge decides to rule fairly, given current laws that we have seen the turnout of previously. And of course, this is all speculation. I can't say what for certain will happen, given you are both kind of wild cards, and I can't really predict either of your next moves. Because since I'm unbiased here, you both make stupid, dumb decisions, which is why this is a very polarizing issue. In my opinion, and from what I've seen through legal documents, one of you is making decisions that would be considered illegal in many cases. You both are incredibly stubborn and you both have big egos. One of you has a bigger ego. I'm not going to say who, but if you've seen this video up until here, you know who. But I'm not going to give much of my opinion, as like I said, this video is mostly facts and analytically based. If you want opinions, there's plenty other commentary channels that are willing to give them.